am I looking forward to this one. I have got an excellent video to you. You'll have to excuse the voice. It's either hay fever or a cold or who knows what. People like my head movement. People often ask how I get the head movement flow that I get. It is one, trying to do it inspiring and forcing yourself to do it inspiring. But two, I don't know where I kind of picked it up from. I don't know why, but I have a system, I guess it's a system, or a playful practice on bags that has really helped my head movement and footwork over the years. I'm going to share it with you. When people watch me do bag work and they see me do this, they always love it. They're like, oh, that is so smooth. And how do you do it? How do you move around like that? I'll break it down for you because it's really simple. It is just flirting with fun. It's a bit of fun practice with some method behind the madness, but it does really, really help your head movement. I'm going to do it on this bag, but you can do it on any bag. I might do a demo at the end on a normal size flat bag like the one in the background. But this one's the one we're going to do it on today. This is also a good time to show you my new bag gloves from the boxing hand grenade. The proper fist bag gloves, they are a dream and they smell unbelievable. Oh, proper leather. The company well worth your time. Again, no affiliation with me. If it's good product, I will always sing its praises. This is a great product. Why is it good? You can make a proper fist. Hence the name, proper fist bag glove. Because of that cutaway and your thumb being loose, you can really do this with a glove on. Right, repositioning the microphone because it just got slapped off my head. So for the first thing we're going to do, the bag's going to swing. We're going to stand on ground and not move our feet. We're not looking at footwork. We're not looking at stances. We're not looking at anything like that. This is head movement. I'm going to slip, I'm going to roll, I'm going to pull, I'm going to do all directions, forwards, backwards, as the bag's going. Sometimes I'm going to move when it goes away from me, sometimes as it comes close, okay? I can have hands up, hands down, finish out, whatever, doesn't matter. What does matter is the flow. So I'm here, the bag's going, right? And I'm going to slip in, roll in, move in, all distances. So going proper low, kind of mid-distance. When the bag stops, we're going to use some physical control, these shoulder bumps, to bump it around again to get it moving, okay? So here. Okay, and I'm not looking at anything in particular. I'm not looking at when the bag comes this way, I go this way. When the bag does this, I do that. None of that. Just fun, 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 okay? Okay, so that's the general idea of round number one. Round number two, we're going to add some steps with it. Now, ignore me holding my timing remote, but a good thing about having your thumbs free. The thing to remember here is that I want balance. I like to sometimes, as I come forward and go backwards, square up a stance to move, okay? Cross my feet to move into a pivot and things like that. So the footwork wise, I'm not going to stay in my stance all the time. I'm happy to go square. I'm happy to go southpaw and everything in between. But what I'm not happy to do is kind of move my feet to a point where I'm sacrificing my balance, okay? If you train in both stances and square stance, and you can hit and defend from anywhere, this is okay, but it takes a lot of practice. And this is one way of getting good at it. 2-minute round then. It was slip in, roll in, pull in, okay, like we were before. Now I'm going to move with it too. And I'm going to stay as close to the bag as possible. This is where it gets really fun. Okay. And when it starts to slow down, I might push the bag a bit with some physical control. Southpaw, neutral stance, pivoting around the bag, southpaw, orthodox, southpaw, orthodox. Moving around the bag, moving with the bag, around the bag. under the bag. That's why I like a bag like this. And again, why is your head down there? I've had that question before. Why is your head down here? Because you can't hit it. And that's wrong, it's against the rules. But now Whittaker did it. Arguably the best defensive boxer ever. Lotchi used to do it. Great defensive boxer, arguably the best defensive boxer ever. Hands higher, look. You're here too. It's Philly shell. But I prefer hands kind of low or floating around a bit. I'll show you why in a second. Time. So, what can we add on to that? This is where I like my hands being a bit more free. Some physical control. Now, we were shoulder barging, okay, just to get the bag swinging, but now we can add some frames, okay? We can add some turns, right? And add in, this is where you're grabbing people's heads, gloves, manipulating guards, all that kind of stuff with your footwork and your head movement. So, bag swinging, we're here, turn them, frame, turn, moving your head, under the bag, frame, turn, frame, turn. Okay, and you get right close into that bag, very gently brushing you, you're in control the whole time. Very rarely should you be getting hit and moved. Sometimes, another thing I like to add every now and again is a bit of head pressure, strengthening your neck. Never take your eyes off them. And you might ask, do I do this in sparring? Yes. Yes, I do. Time. Physical control. Part of physical control that I like, tapping gloves. Not to hurt, even tapping body, okay? Just tapping as you go, just to keep them switched on. Because sometimes people will lock up and they'll watch you and they'll stay defensive themselves, which is great. So you tap them to remind them that there is offensive capability while you're doing all this, okay? So, the bag moves, and I might be here, okay? It's potentially just to keep their gloves pinned at their head. Physical control, okay? Punching from weird angles. Keeping your head moving as you hit.
this is how you can get flowing head movement on your own on a bag. I also find that it's better and more realistic than doing pad work. Your pad work is great to get your gross motor skills, but obviously, and there's nothing wrong with, like jab cross, roll cross, and practicing that over and over again to get your rolls super slick. But when they are, let's make it more dynamic with things like this. Responding to a set stimulus where you don't necessarily know how the bag's going to move. Time. Then we had the hard shots, just singles, every now and again. So in between all these taps, okay, just to keep them guessing, right? Still focusing on head movement, footwork, they're the big ones. That's what we're doing it for. But if we can get some control, some, as in glove control or physical control with a couple of taps and a nice shot every now and again, you'll have a great time in sparring. So we're here, obviously this is all mid-range, close range stuff. So we're tapping, there's a turn, frame, tapping. Here's a big one coming, whack. Head movement. Big shot, frame. Get that bag swinging again, moving around the bag, tap, whack, whack. Frame, turn them into a punch. It's also a good way, if you're old like me, to keep your back nice and lubed up. You'd be surprised how all that stuff works as well. All these little hits with one hand, they work very, very well in sparring. Time. Then we have the explosive outburst every now and again. Have a nice little combo. So we've got slip in, roll in on the spot, slip in, roll in with footwork, some physical control in thereafter. Then the tippity tip punches. Then the odd shot, it's a little bit stiffer every now and again. And now the combo, the knockout force, the yin to your yang. Here's the artistry. Here's the violence. Here's the artistry. Running in the rain and not getting wet. There goes the microphone. I'll move that so I don't sit on it. Time. Voila, it's as simple as that. As with all my training, all my coaching, it's just the basics laid on top. It's your basics that win your fights. There's nothing there that's too advanced. When you strip it all back, you do need a grasp of the fundamentals, okay, to know where your balance is when you are doing all the stance changes and the swapping and the sweet pea rolls and the Emmanuel Augustus kind of stance switches and being in a neutral stance and all that. That's a little bit more medium level, okay, intermediate. But one way to get there faster is just to try it. It's great fun. People will be looking at you on the bag like, what is he doing? And then when you layer it all together, they're like, oh my God, that looks good. And then if you put that in with some of your long range stuff and all this, and again, systematic processes, you could start adding mid to long range jabs in that, moving behind the jab after, ways of cutting out, ways of coming in, changing angles already happening. So it's a great way to box in general. Once you've done it on here and you've really got it flowing, okay, sparring, it's just about the application of it. So same with how I get my head movement to be what it is. It's just about doing it. You have to, one, have sparring where you've got the room to work. So if you're just sparring people, you off you go, fight. That's not sparring, that's just surviving. You're going to, so in here, we thrive and stand by jab-only rounds. So if someone's doing a jab-only round and I want my head movement to be bang on, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try and do that whilst they're jabbing me. It's the only punch I've got to worry about. So I can try my glove control, especially on their jabbing glove, and try and move around and dance around. Suddenly you're doing it in sparring. Suddenly it's live. Suddenly you're learning how people move, what works for you, what doesn't, because it's different for everybody. And then when other punches start coming into the rounds, you're already there. You're already like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I can deal with that right hand because I saw it coming a mile away because I've got my distance here or time in there, or they always do this. And okay, it's a brilliant way of getting your head movement flowing fast, and it's great fun. So give it a go. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Thanks for your time. Have an excellent Friday or Saturday or Sunday or Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday.